Hi there everyone, we're taking a look this week at 5 big principles that have been guiding us as a church family, and they're just really helpful for us to explore at the moment. Now I recognise yesterday's video was very long, but it's an important issue, particularly potentially contentious issue in our society at the moment, and I think worth mentioning a few resources there. The rest will be far shorter. Today we're taking a look at another big principle, the second one: care for human life. This was another reason why we closed the church back in March, and this again has guided us throughout. And you might say, well, it's obvious, care for human life, that's obvious, isn't it? Well, not always, actually. In the ancient world, in the culture that the Bible was written in, it wouldn't have been totally obvious, and in some secular thinking today, it's not entirely obvious either. But we are taught in the Bible to care for human life. The fact that we think it's kind of obvious, that this principle idea is obvious, I think this owes more to the fact that our culture, even today, our culture in this country, is still deeply saturated in values that are taken from a Judeo-Christian worldview, from the Bible. What do we find in the Bible? Well, we all know the 6th commandment, do not murder. We might not know that that is the 6th commandment, but if we say do not murder, we know that that's one of the 10 commandments. It's the 6th commandment. But what's often missed is how this negative principle, do not murder, then gets applied out in the Old and the New Testament, expanded and applied and broadened out to teach us that the Bible has a very serious concern about human life, because the God of the Bible has a very serious concern about human life too. He wants us to take that seriously. There's a great example which I've referred to before in Deuteronomy 22 verse 8, when it says, when you build a new house, make a parapet around your roof. That they were flat-roofed houses, and they needed to put something round so no one fell off and hurt themselves, perhaps even seriously. And so they had this deep concern for human life, and we ought to continue to take appropriate and proportional personal measures to protect people from coronavirus. It is a serious virus, there's no doubt about that, and we need to look after people. And as a church, we're committed to the same. So 5 big principles. The second one today: care for human life.